Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open Great League and let's see if we can get this team to work. We got the Shadow Golurk pair with the Diggersby and the Bibarel in the back. Got an interesting lead here as our opponent is not doing super effective fast moves, but we also have to consider shielding this Scorching Sand. So we end up playing the one shield, and they decide to switch out into their Azu, trying to catch the Dynamic Punch. But now we're going to go into our Bibarel to basically wall this Azumarill. We go for the Hyper Beam here, or sorry, Hyper Fang, and we are able to tank this play route. But you can see they're not really dealing any fast move pressure, so we're going to be able to get to another Hyper Fang for either the shield or the KO. They come straight back in with their own Diggersby. Diggersby does decide to go for the Scorching Sand, and now we have energy versus this Diggersby. They simultaneous swap, and now this is a really bad situation for our opponent as they don't really have any good charge moves for this Diggersby. We are going to have the bulk, and we're going to have the moveset to in this game, so they realize that that's the case, and they GG's quit. So well played by us. We did manage to kind of read the team is why we switched out of there, but we also had energy, so we decided just to see what they have in the back. Golurk versus the Ariados in the front. Potential Trailblaze, so that's what we showed there, but it ends up only being the lunge. We're going to go for this Shadow Punch to do some good neutral damage. We do get the KO. And now we see the Dugong show up. So Dugong here is staying in, which is interesting. We fire off the Hyper Fang. They decide to shield. Let's see what they throw here. Ends up being the Icy Wind bait, and we snip that out. We're going to be able to get to another Hyper Fang here. Hyper Fang, good neutral damage. But because we're debuffed, the second one is not going to do that much. Drone gets used, but we are able to reset and go into the Golurk immediately. We have energy, fire off the Dynamic Punch, good and neutral damage, and now we're going to go reach another Shadow Punch. They end up shielding it, and we're in a good spot now, forcing them to use energy here. Moonblast is used, and now they see the Diggersby lurking, and we are going to be able to win that game. Able to basically be the tank and wall their fast moves and the Rock Slide charge move. Alright, really good lead here. Golurk versus the Clogstar. They switch out into the Azumarill. We're going to have the Bibarel again. This Bibarel is going to be able to get to these Hyper Fangs. We can tank one, so we're just going to let it go. No problem. We can see that our opponent is building up a lot of energy. We're going to fire off this Hyper Fang. Doesn't quite KO, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we have to expend a shield just to take it out. But now they come in with their Clogstar, and now we have energy for these Clogstars. Our opponent is going to be able to reach and move here. We're just going to let it go because we can come back in with the Golurk, and now we see the Triplum in the back. Triplum is going to have to shield this or let this go. So we did get the shields down. Now we're going to have the Diggersby versus the Triplum with some energy. As you can see, they are able to debuff us. So these fire punches not going to do as much. They're going to be able to get to another Icy Wind here. The Icy Wind gets us into the low yellow. And then we're going to fire off the Scorching Sand back at this Clogstar. We're forcing our opponent to use some energy here. Ends up being Sludge Bomb, which is not going to be enough to KO. And then we come back in here with the Golurk. We know that we can shield here and farm down. They decided to go for the Earthquake, so we definitely can farm down now. Is this going to be the Earthquake? No. Sludge Bomb is not enough to take us out. We have energy. Shadow Punch thrown at this Triplum. GG's. So the key right there was to keep the Golurk alive, and luckily the horrible matchup of Drifloon versus the Diggersby was able to be flipped. All right, we got a interesting lead here. We're doing some good neutral mud slap damage, but they have the potential for the grass move, which is going to KO. So we're just going to shield once here and then see where this takes us. Looks like we can KO from just fast move, so we're going to have to invest another Shadow Punch. We're just going to let this go because Golurk has already done his job. We can get a little bit energy advantage on the Bibarel. And it looks like it is beneficial because we see the Gastro come in. We can try to catch and move here, anticipating the Bibarel will be better in the back. They go for the Earth Power. We're going to fire up a Scorching Sand here. This is going to get the KO or the shield. They decided to let it go, and we see another target for this Bibarel slash Diggersby core, or Diggersby backline. We're just going to let this go because it's already got off its main move. Now we have to rely on this Bibarel to win the game. First serve doesn't quite KO, but does significant damage. We know they have to throw Bunklas because the ghost moves are resisted. So we decided to let the first one go, shield the second one, and now we're going to be able to reach another serve for the win. So well played by us. The Bibarel coming in handy in a lot of games right now, which is fantastic. All right, next game. Hopefully, we have a good lead. We see the Artifax. Oh my gosh. Running an ice fast move, and that is a huge core breaker to the squad. We try to tank the move. We're only going to be able to get off this move here. Try to get the debuff, no debuff. And now we have no choice but to go in with our Bibarel. Bibarel is going to go in. He deals some super effective fast moves. They finally switch out into Jump Love. Jump Love is going to be able to get to a potential energy ball, so that's why we shield here. They go for the arrow is bait. Makes sense. Now we're going to apply pressure. We'll go for the Hyper Fang. We do grab that shield. They definitely have energy for energy ball here, so we do shield the correct energy ball. Okay, they're going to be able to get to an arrow ace here. This arrow ace doesn't quite KO. Looking for the farm down. Okay, tons of energy. You see the Bastiodon in the back. How are we going to play this? Bastiodon looks like it's going to get the farm down, so we have to fire off this serve and then switch out. We try to snipe the energy, but they are too healthy, and this Artifax already has a move loaded, and they're going to be able to win that game. So well played by them. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.